Peeps, welcome to another vlog. I hope you're doing well. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We're actually going to be installing a sink and a drain. However, we were also asked if we can install the countertop to the kitchen sink, which is something we don't typically do. I think I've done it once more in my entire career. So it's going to be something a little bit new on the channel because it's not necessarily plumbing related, but everything that happens subsequently, like the sink, like the drain, is going to be obviously plumbing related. Shout out to all the people that were sending me messages last week. Thank you for commenting and being part of the community. So I wanted to do something quickly before we got to the vlog. I was recently approached by an author who's writing a book on plumbing stories, and I'll read you a little excerpt that she sent me that I could read out to you guys. I'm writing a book that features real stories from real plumbers. People call on plumbers in some of their greatest times of need, and it's not always to unclog a toilet. Plumbers have a treasure trove of untold stories that I want to tell. I'm looking for plumbers who I can interview over the phone. I'm flexible on length and time and dates for the interview. Most calls do not run longer than 30 minutes to an hour. Asking them about the most interesting, surprising, disgusting, memorable, unique, eye-opening, and hilarious jobs that they have worked during their careers. I'm not going to ask specific customer names or identifiers. That's not the point. I don't want to embarrass anybody. So I wanted to pass this on to our community, seeing as we have plumbers in this community. If you are interested in sharing your stories and you don't mind sitting down for about a half an hour to an hour, and you don't mind it getting published in a book, obviously with all discretion taking place, please do me a favor and email me at vingavol@hotmail.com. I will leave the link in the description below. Let me know if you're interested. I will put you in contact with the author and then we'll get things moving. So that's all I wanted to say. Let's get to the vlog. We gotta go downtown first to the mechanic so we can give my mom's car to get an oil change. Let's go.
Have you ever felt?
Are you listening? Damn. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So peeps, I just want to let you know that there are a couple of new developments in the life of Kenny Molotov and the family that sort of exciting and makes me nervous all at the same time, which is what I'm going to leave to the end of this vlog right here. So if you're interested about that, stick around and we'll have a heart-to-heart and I'll let you know what's basically been going on in my life for the past couple of weeks to a month. Let's get to the mechanic and then let's go install a countertop, baby.
Damn. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Alrighty peeps, here in the studio, I wanted to show you briefly what exactly we're doing in this video. It's not a complex installation, but it's something I'm going to draw out for you just so that you can sort of get the vibe of what's happening behind the walls here. Alrighty peeps, so I did a really brief drawing of what exactly is happening inside this job site. So essentially we're on the second floor of this building, and this building will have a stack that eventually turns into a 90 that goes out into the manhole or connects to the main and then goes out into the manhole. And what we're working on in the unit is the kitchen drain. We were told to uninstall the initial countertop with the sink and then reinstall a new one. Now initially I was under the impression we were going to come in, we were going to have a brand new countertop. We were going to have to cut it, we're going to have to cut a hole for the sink and also cut a hole for the faucet, connect everything and put it together. But when we got there we realized that they already had a prefab countertop with a sink and a faucet from a previous unit that they had and that they had stored away, and they wanted to reuse that one. So there was a little bit of adjusting that had to go on. The countertop wasn't actually long enough for the section of space that was allotted, so we had to go into another countertop and cut a piece off and then reconnect it. It was a little bit of a gong show in regards to that, something that my dad and I don't typically do. We are working for the building, that's what the building wants, that's what we're gonna give them. So we put in the countertop, and what we had to recreate was this P-trap right here, because everything behind the wall was essentially already there. So behind the wall you will have a vertical pipe that turns into a horizontal, which eventually goes into the stack, and at the top of this vertical pipe will become the continuous vent, which will come up and reconnect into the existing vent, the top portion of the stack, which eventually goes up to open air. So I wanted to have a quick heart-to-heart with you guys so that you just get a vibe of what's happening in my life and where it's heading. My wife and I started house hunting December before the new year. We started looking at houses, approached our families and said, look, we're sort of wanting to move out, and they both had offered us to help us out with money. They're helping us out tremendously. Basically, we wouldn't be able to go house hunting without their help, so we're very grateful for that. We had put an offer on one, it came back nullified, the owner didn't want to sell at the price we had given, and then we went and found another house, and this house sort of, it was a bit over our price range, but it was the house that kind of spoke to us altogether. Out of all the houses that we saw, this was the one that really caught our eye. So my wife and I had put an offer down, and we started doing this bargaining thing where we were trying to find a price between us and the sellers. And at one point, I kid you not, I thought we were done with the house because they weren't coming down anymore, and going up more was a bit tough for us. After looking at a few more houses, realizing that we really didn't see anything that we totally fell in love with like this other house, finally gave one final offer, which was the highest we can go. We were already going higher than we were comfortable with, and they had officially accepted it as of last week. Now, a lot of people are asking me, are you excited? And the truth is I'm going, no, I'm freaking out, send money. So I wanted to share this information with you because if you're going through something like this, I think it's important to know what other people have experienced during this. And what's funny enough is as I'm sort of dealing with my emotional turmoil currently, I'm talking to my dad, and he was telling me the same thing, that when they were buying a house that they were freaking out about it as well. And then I met a few other people that have bought houses and they were also telling me the same thing. So it's kind of nice to know you're not in it by yourself, first of all, and second of all that it is a more common reaction than you think, you know. And I think it makes sense to be nervous and afraid because you are taking on a ton of responsibility and you're taking on a brand new financial sort of burden, but asset, but you know, all those things all together. But most importantly, guys, thank you for being here as support. Thank you for watching. If you want to help the author out that I was telling you earlier in the video, once again, link in the description below. Email me at vingovol@hotmail.com. Like, subscribe, comment below, and I'll see you guys very soon. Kenny Molotov, guys. Peace, baby.
Damn. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.